Hi, I'm Sam and welcome back to the channel. This is the Crafty Blinder van build, and today we are doing felt trim, auto trim, carpet trim, whatever you want to call it. Today I'm going to show you how I did my sliding door, how I trimmed it out, and I will also show you how we do the door card as well. We lose a little bit of footage in the middle, but hopefully you won't notice. We've chopped in a little bit that we've shot today, just to show you actually sticking down the corners and a section like that. I need to say thank you. We've got a few new subscribers this week. Thank you to everybody that subscribed, and thank you to the new subscribers. If you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing. We're only a small channel at the minute, but we're growing. We're growing each week. There's a new 1 or 2 or 3 subscribers, so I'm glad you're liking it, and I'll keep putting videos up there for you. Remember, please click the like button, that always helps, and any comments you've got, fire them across. I also need to say a big thank you to Babs Macaro and my wife. It was my birthday this week. I turned 50 and they organised and made me a fantastic cake. Have a look, see what you think.
This way, like that.
Yeah. Go. It's even got a campfire.
No.
Look at the breakfast. Oh, that is brilliant. Oh, that's fantastic.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah, I love it. That is brilliant. Cheers, Babs. That cake is absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. I love it.
I've got a hoodie on.
That is cool as hell. Have I passed out? I'm 50 and dead. That is cool. The fire's brilliant.
I know.
Everything's brilliant.
I know. Can't believe my feet don't touch the floor though.
What's true representation?
I know.
The cake's all gone now. Waistline's improved again. It's slightly bigger than it was the week before, so we've got a few months to work on it before Christmas, but we'll see how we get on. Anyway, on to the video. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Never actually take one of these out, but I guess it's just that easy. Wow. We'll put a little bit of tape on there. Whatever your van was before, a builder's van, a delivery van, plumber's vehicle, today's the day where you start to put your own touch on it. And we'll start with the felt trim. Let's see, whatever you mask up now, you won't have to do. You won't have to clean off later. The reason we're masking everything up, this contact adhesive gets everywhere and it's not the easiest thing to remove. So the time you spend now masking up will save you time later. When we made the opening for the window, we took a lot of time filing the edges down and painting them, but they're still quite sharp. So when I'm working close to these areas, I always use a plastic tool to podge down anything that needs to be put behind or between the glass and the metal skin of the body. When you're applying your top line of masking tape, leave one side sticking up. This will help you later. It'll act as an extra pair of hands. Just slot the paper underneath, tap it down, and there you go, you can tape up the rest with no bother at all. Any gaps, cover them, because that glue coming around it's everywhere. Where you have screw holes, you can cover them with masking tape. When you apply your felt trim then, it won't show through. So, all the doors and windows are open. What I do is, I go around the edges first. Make sure you get plenty of coverage. All the bits where it's really going to matter. In the corners and then reveals. Just one more thing. So, felt trim. There are two sides to it. So, this is the side that you would have on display, and it's soft to the touch. This is the side that you glue. You can see there, it's quite a flat surface. It's not smooth to touch. It's a little bit rough. But that's the side you glue. That's the side on show. While I've been converting my van, I've been surprised at the number of people out there that are really interested in van conversions. They'll come, pop their head in the van, say hello, and they really are interested. Some days I've lost 2 to 3 hours just chatting with people, showing them around the van, showing them what I'm doing, how I get the results. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of the people are impressed by this carpet trimming and felt trimming. They can't believe how it transforms the inside of the vehicle. This stuff is really good to work with. And if you make a mistake, you can just peel it off and start again. While the adhesive is tacky, you can play with this material for as long as you want. Even when the glue starts to go off, just peel it back, reapply some more, give it a couple of minutes to go tacky, and away you go again. You can mould this into any shape, any form. You'll be surprised how versatile it is. Spend a little bit of time on the top section, make sure it's stuck well, because you are going to be pulling against this edge quite a lot. When it comes to fixing the bottom, don't just slap it straight on, push the panel in, so you're taking a little bit of pressure off it, and then just work it around the window reveal, and it'll fall into place. Try to keep all your creases out, and just keep plodding on. It will take a little bit of time and a little bit of practice. This is probably one of the most difficult panels to do, and this is why I showed you this one. When you get to the point where you're working the material into the detail of the panel, you're probably better off having some plastic tools, because I'll tell you now, your fingers do get sore putting this material down. Friction burns, just the fact that you're constantly working with them. So if you've got a couple of tools lying around that are clean, new maybe, I would utilise them. You'll save yourself a lot of pain and suffering. That's the voice of experience speaking there. You will get to a point where you'll need to relieve the pressure on the material, as it won't lay back and stay in position. Taking a Stanley knife with a new blade, start to cut away the excess material, but leave yourself plenty to work with still. There's no need to go right up to the edge. I always leave a good 10-15 mil around the edge, and this will give me room for mistakes. Cut the excess away in sections, then work the material into the detail of the panel, making sure that you leave no area uncovered. Again, utilising a plastic tool, fold the material over the edge and make a nice, neat finish. Once we put the trim on here, it'll look fantastic. It's important to change your blades regularly on your Stanley knife, as I don't know what it is, if it's the material or the glue, but they become blunt really quick. And it's at this stage where we start to put all the handles back on and all the door fittings and furniture. And you start to see the transformation taking place right in front of your eyes. Little jobs like this make a big difference to your van. I use my door card to cut a template out of 6mm ply. I wanted something a bit more substantial on the door. So it's the same principle, plenty of contact adhesive, put it on, let it go tacky, and then apply your material. My material sat in the background, it's already had the glue applied to it, so it's just a matter of then sticking it on. And again, if you make a mistake, you can just peel it back off. It did take me a number of attempts to get this material in the right position, but once I got it as flat as I possibly could, it was then just a matter of pulling it and working it into the panel. It's a pretty straightforward job. These panels are really easy to do because you can just manipulate them very, very easily. Working it, reworking an area if it doesn't look right, but giving it a little pull and then just working it with your hands, it'll give you a fantastic result. Make sure everything's tacky, and then just do a little pull and lay it over. Now when you get to a corner, you need to remove some material as it will pucker up and it will then make your panel sit away from the metal, and that's something you don't want. So what we do is we take little triangles out and we keep them about 5 to 10 millimeters away from the edge of the board and just snip the material out and then pull and fold it in. To get the best results from this material, you need to stretch it. It's designed to be stretched, and once you give it a pull, tack it down and then work the front of the panel nice and flat, it'll give you a fantastic result. When it comes to securing the panel, I always screw mine on and then hide the screw head by cutting a little flap in the material and peeling it back. Try and do this while it's still tacky. You know, within an hour of making the board you should still be able to pull that back and patch it in. It's then just a matter of working it in with your fingers and coming back later with a brush and just give it a little wipe over. It can be a toothbrush, it can be a suede brush, or it can even just be a nail brush, just something light. Just give it a quick rub over. We cut 2 different size flaps here just to show you that there's no difference really. You can hide a big flap as well as a small flap just as easily. The only downside with the smaller flaps is when you're trying to spray glue in, there's a tendency for it to go all over the place. With a bigger flap you've got less chance of overspray, but they both work just as good. And as you can see there is absolutely no way you can see that joint. Well, that's today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope it's been informative. If you've got any questions, just give me a shout. If you're liking what we're doing, please click the like button and please consider subscribing to the channel if you're enjoying it as well. Thank you very much. Take care. We'll see you again.